Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, just doing a quick little video, just talking about support and resistance. Those are some of the things that I use to trade. And so, hopefully, if you haven't learned already, I recommend going through some of the things like baby pips. You can always look on YouTube and find some videos out there. I'm going to go over it right now. So, I mean, it's very, very basic. I mean, when you come to a chart and you look at the the chart itself, all you're trying to do is you're trying to look for areas where price has, let me move myself out of the way. I need this, where price has reacted to before. And so you're looking for, areas where price has bounced and come away. You're looking for areas where it seems like it's struggling to get above. So whether you call it support resistance, supply and demand, a floor and a ceiling, there's many different names for it. Supply and demand may be something different in regards to like how people treat it, but really, if you were to look at somebody's chart and who does supply and demand, and you didn't know anything about the verbiage, but you heard the word support resistance, you heard the word ceiling and floor, you would look at that chart and you'd still be able to label which one's a ceiling, which one's a floor, just based upon just the common sense knowledge of it all. So support and resistance. So the whole idea around here is you're looking for areas where price has bounced before, and basically just capitalizing on that. You're banking on that. So like you have these two different areas here, where price is bouncing. Now, one thing that's nice about one or the other, just like the floors in a building, or the ceilings in a building, the ceilings in the building become somebody else's floor when you start moving up to the second level. So the same thing applies here. If we're stuck in between this two path here, then we have the ceiling and the floor. But as soon as we start getting a uh, a break above it, so as soon as the people start breaking above and price starts breaking above it, um, this is an area that people would start looking at. In regards to me playing it safe, conservative, I'm a little bit concerned about it being a fake breakout. It doesn't actually want to go up in this direction, and so I generally wait. This is a level now that I'd be like, okay, cool. If price comes back in here, there is a high probability that I will get a reaction out of that. So you sit there and you just let it go, let it do what it's going to do, in regards to this area, and you wait. So uh, if you have multiple pairs, then it's not necessarily that you're actually waiting for very long, um, but it is a patience game. If you've listened to any of the other videos that I've had, uh, trading is all about making a plan and then waiting until it fits your criteria for entries and then executing it. Once you execute it, then you still got to wait for everything to play out. So it is a time consuming thing. Um, and you just got to get used to it. You got to build up that patience and that discipline. So there we go. We got price coming back into this area. So basically, if you're new to trading and you're like, hey, I want something very, very simple to start out with, I want to be able to just get into the charts, start looking at some things. Here's one thing that you can do: go to a chart, find something that looks completely and totally obvious as far as price not being able to break above a level, price not being able to break above below a level. When price comes back to that level, you're looking for stuff like this. You're looking for price to come back into this area here. Um, you're waiting for price to get into this level and just show you some signs that it's stall. Ooh, excuse me. Show you some signs that it's stalling. And so like you have some candles here where it's come down to this level. You got a couple wicks, it popped out. You got a couple more wicks. Let's see what we get. We get another candle on the inside. We get a wick rejection. And so it's like when you look at, these different in the past, you look at the past and what has happened when prices bounced away from here. You got into this area and you started getting some wick rejections, some levels, some response from price that was saying, hey, I'm struggling to break it above this area. You have a high there that price couldn't break beyond. It wicked above it. Same thing here. You had a high there that price couldn't wick beyond, and it just wicked beyond. Couldn't really close above it, and then you had no real follow through on any of that. And so that's basically what we're looking for over on this side as well. And so now that we're down in this level, we've had some reaction from this level, basically what you do is just place a trade. Have your stop loss a little bit below the level. Some people will talk about this whole ATR. ATR is the average true range. It is how price fluctuates within the last 14 to 20 candles, depending on what you're setting at. So that way it sort of stays in line with the volatility of the market. So you could have price and ATR below your zone there, and just go for a 1-to-1. Just go for a simple 1-to-1. So you'd get into that trade right there. You start taking it out, and boom, price bounces away. Does it always happen this quickly? Absolutely not. But does it happen frequently? Yes, enough. And so, you grab that trade right there. You take a screenshot of this trade, and then you put it in a trading journal. You don't have to have all of this stuff here in regards to this. You can just have an entry, your exit, what it looked like when you entered it, take a screenshot of that, what it looked like when you exit it, and basically like the process, your notes. Why did you take this trade? Well, we took this trade because it bounced at resistance, turned support, bounced, showed a little bit of signs of failing to break back through, and went on after a wick rejection. So you just take this, put it in your trading journal, do this all throughout the week. At the end of the week, look back over your trading journal, see which ones worked out, see which ones didn't. Perhaps you'll look back and you'll see, your zones when you originally were tracking everything. Maybe your zones were really, really big, and when you had, your stops, 35. If we're going with the ATR. So I have the ATR indicator up there. It tells me at each one of these candles what it is. So about 35 is the entry, and you come here for a 1-to-1, and we still wouldn't have hit it yet. So will we hit it? I don't know. Yeah, we did. So that one worked out as well. But you won't know what's working and what's not working unless you're actually tracking it and reviewing it. So get into the habit of that, and just get into the charts. Start doing something as simple as this. Where do you move from here? Well, you have what levels do you have here? You have another resistance that price, for whatever reason. If we look in the past, maybe it's been a level before in the past. Not really. I mean, you really have to extend it down here. Could you do that? Absolutely. The idea being that we're just looking for areas where it makes sense, where price is going to have a reaction. We're not trying to be a hero. We're not trying to have bragging rights and shooting for the moon. We're not trying to go for 1 to 400 risk reward. We're not trying to risk $1 to make 400. We're not. Just keep it simple. And so you just continue on. If price comes into an area and you see that it's reacting, you just keep it going. And so you have these different areas. Price is reacting again. Would you've gotten in there? I don't know. This is where you'd have to track that, and you'd have to see. Then you'd have to compare. It's like, okay, cool. We got a first bounce out of this. This was the first reaction after it broke above. Was this first real test? This would be a second, and it really didn't go anywhere else. So would that work? Who knows? By all technicality, possibly. You could have possibly hit targets on that one, depending on what it is down there that you're looking at. So it's like, what is it? Engulfing candle? Do you have wick rejections? What are you looking for that may have made it? And so, no, this one you might still be sitting in. But you won't really know until you actually get into the charts. So get out there, get into the charts, mark up your charts, start deviating or formulating a small plan here and there, and start executing that plan and see how everything works out. I do hope the best for you, and stay tuned for some more. I'll be going over a few little other strategies that I have in my repertoire that I've been going through all throughout the years, and we will see, just which one vibes with you. You got to find what works for you. in this niche, it is very much everyone's an artist, and you have to find your medium. So go out there, find your medium, be blessed. And then I'm gonna exit. Take it easy. Like, subscribe. Don't really ask for that, but you can do it.